What's going on, everybody? Coolipus Tech here, coming back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for the T-Mobile Revvl 8 to help you make the most of the camera features. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to get to your camera. Now, of course, opening the camera app itself is easy enough, but if you're doing something else, maybe you're like browsing the web or using Instagram, for example, if you ever want to quickly open your camera, all you need to do is double press the power key like this, and it opens right up. So yeah, real convenient. And then let's try it one more time. Cool, and then one more time with the display locked. And keep in mind, when you do it from your lock screen, that does not automatically unlock the phone, so you don't need to worry about security issues or anything like that. So watch when I try to go home now, it'll go right back to the lock screen. So yeah, just a nice convenient way to get to your camera if you're ever trying to take something fast in the moment. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to disable HDR. Now, in case you don't know what it is, HDR kind of helps balance out the contrast between light areas of your frame and shadows and stuff like that. And while it does make the picture look a lot more high quality, sometimes it does make things look a little weird with colors and stuff like that. So if you ever do want to disable HDR from your main camera screen, HDR is going to be up here. When it's enabled, it is highlighted in yellow like this. But if you tap on the icon and then just hit this right here, this can turn it off. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to disable your shutter sound. Now, if you typically keep your phone in silent or vibrate mode, you might not ever notice this, but if you do have your sound on, sometimes the camera will make a rather loud shutter noise. So if you ever want to be sure it's disabled from the main camera screen, all you have to do is go to settings. Then from here, where it says shutter sound right here, by default it is typically enabled, but if you toggle it off, you won't need to worry about it anymore. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your video resolution. So keep in mind, when it comes to video, despite being a relatively entry-level device, the Revvl 8 can actually record in 2K in both the rear and front cameras, so that is really nice. If you ever want to check or change your video resolution, all you need to do is go to settings, and then from here, go to where it says video size. So we got a couple different options here. By default, it's set to 2K, so it's going to record the highest quality videos you can. But if you want to save some space, then you can also select 1080p. If you want to record in a square, you can select 1:1, or full, which is going to be the whole aspect ratio of the display, which in this case is 20:9. In addition to this, you can also change the frame rate. So with 2K, you can't record at 60 frames per second, but if you're in 1080p and you want to record maybe like a slow motion video or something like that, or at least you record a video and edit it to slow motion, that's a good use case for recording at 60, or maybe you just want something to be super smooth. If we go to 1080p, that is an option, so definitely keep this in mind too. Now, on the subject of sizing and things like that, the next thing we're going to go over is how to change your aspect ratio. So by default, it's going to be 4:3 or 3:4 if you're in landscape mode, but we do have a couple different options. To see these, up where it says 4:3, tap on this little number right here. And as you can see, we can choose between 4:3, 16:9, 1:1, or full, which just like with videos, full is the aspect ratio of the entire screen, which in this case is 20:9. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to turn on the grid lines. So in my opinion, definitely a useful feature. I personally use it in pretty much everything, so I'm just used to it being on. So if you ever do want to turn on your grid lines, from the main camera screen right here, go to settings. And then grid lines are going to be right here. They're not on by default, but if we toggle them on, go back to the camera. And as you can see, the grid lines are now on. Now I'm going to show you how to use the macro camera. So in case you don't know, this phone does actually have a 2 megapixel macro camera, so it can help you get those close-up detailed images. The regular photo mode or portrait mode or something like that, they can do a similar thing, but if you are really trying to get something up close, macro mode does make a difference. So to get to the macro camera from the main screen once again, down in this bottom bar, we're going to go to the More section, and macro mode is right here. So now we can get those really close-up detailed images. Try to stay within like 2 or 3 centimeters. And yeah, in general, the photos do come out pretty well. So it is always an option if you ever want to use it. Now, going back to the other modes here, I want to do a quick rundown of what we got here. So in the main tab here, we got night mode. So if you are trying to get those nighttime pictures or any kind of picture in poor lighting, keep in mind for whatever reason, night mode is already on this bar by default. So this is where you're going to find it. Then we got regular video photo mode, portrait mode. And then in the more tab again, we got pro mode, panorama, slow motion, hyperlapse, once again macro mode, 50M, which about this feature, despite having a 50 megapixel main camera, when you're actually taking photos in regular photo mode, this phone is only using like 12 or 13 megapixels. It does this to save space, and honestly in real life that's mostly all you're gonna need. But if you do want to get a really sharp, high quality image, this mode right here is gonna allow you to use the full 50 megapixels. But just keep in mind, it does take up a bit more space. So yeah, probably don't go snapping 100 different pictures at 50 megapixels. I mean, with the storage in this phone, you probably can get away with it, but it might be a bit slower. And then finally, we got Google Lens. So another thing I do want to point out here is if you ever want to add something down here, maybe you find yourself using macro mode all the time and you want quick access to it, all you have to do in the more section is go up to this pencil icon, and then you can select anything that you want in the bars. So this is what's in that bottom bar right now. So I'm going to go to macro mode. So right here, drag it up. And now if I hit the back button, as you can see, it is right here. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to show you is a couple different things you can do with the volume keys. So by default, the volume keys act as like a second shutter button. So I personally feel like it's really useful for like selfies or even just a regular landscape photo like this. But if we press this button right here, it's going to take a picture. Same thing if we press the volume down key. And then if we're in video mode, I mean, you can probably imagine, but I'll show you. And then that also can stop recording too. So yeah, pretty straightforward there. But we also have a couple different options to change it around. So we're going to go up to settings. Then from here, go to shortcut to take picture. And in addition to having it as pretty much a second shutter, you can also have it zoom or you can disable it. So I'm going to go to zoom just so you can see what it looks like. So we're going to go back. And then from the main photo mode, volume up is going to zoom in. And then volume down zooms out. But this concludes my camera tips and tricks video for the T-Mobile Revvl 8. If you want to learn more about this phone, be sure to check out my other videos about it on the channel, because I do have quite a few. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. But as always, I will see you in the next one.